Welcome, my name is Ramona Stanik. I work as a market manager for My Life Chem APS in Germany. And would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Ramona. My name is Beate. I'm living with diabetes for 28 years now. I'm blogging about diabetes since 2015, I guess. My name is beateputzt.com, which means as something like Beate cleans, because cleaning helps my blood glucose to stay in range.
How can the My Life loop with the My Life YPSO pump improve the quality of life with diabetes in general?
I think it helps to reduce the time spending outside time of range. It helps to stay in range without too many thoughts in your head. In my case, I love it and I'm using it for 5 or 4 months now.
So you've been on holiday a bit further away where you also had to switch time zones. And can you tell us a bit more about how the holiday with the My Life loop went? How well did it adapt to the time zone changes and how were your first days going?
I went from Germany to Dubai to Australia, Sydney, which means 3 time zones, and the cell phone changed itself and so did the My Life loop also. The first days I had a little bit ups and downs concerning food and concerning eating times because my whole body was in a little bit of jet lag. But the basal and the algorithm did a great job and I was lucky with the results.
Did you eat a lot of food that you didn't know, and how well did the algorithm adapt to this?
I ate so much food I wouldn't eat in Germany concerning fat and fat and almost no fruits and vegetables. That's a huge difference to Germany or to my normal life, which was fine, but it was a lot of work for the algorithm to do. I had to look after my insulin carb ratio. That was a job for me. I did it okay, I guess, because I wasn't so motivated to do, but the algorithm did a great job and it went up to 5 units per hour to reduce my levels, or when I was almost low, it reduced the insulin well, and I had a great vacation.
Our My Life loop is an app that works on your own smartphone. What would you say to people who are maybe a bit afraid of all the technical stuff or think that they are not so digital affine and don't know how to use this? How hard was it to start the algorithm on your phone?
It was very hard and I wouldn't recommend it. Just kidding. It is very easy. In my case, I needed 1 hour. I go to the Play Store, download the app, and then I check my parameters and give it to the phone and to the algorithm. And then there comes the hard job. You have to switch from left to right to start to the auto mode, and the algorithm begins to work and to learn, and that's it.
Thank you. Sounds easy.
It is.
Would you say your daily time spent managing diabetes has decreased since using Loop, and if so, in which situations?
I'd say yes. There are a few decisions I have to make. That's my job, that's living with diabetes, right? But you can lean yourself back in situations which means driving a car or doing sports or sleeping because the algorithm does a little bit of your job, which means looking after your basal or correct higher levels or what else.
Thank you. You've been living with diabetes for quite a few years now, and I think you were also used to checking your blood sugar very often and managing everything yourself. So how was the transition to Loop like? Like you had to rely on the system.
In the beginning it was hard because I had to learn to wait till the algorithm does its job. And I was a little bit addicted to check my glucose levels, which is fine by now, both of them, it's fine now, and I'm quite relaxed.
So you have been using a DIY system for quite some time now. What were the reasons to change to an official system?
do it yourself is very, very hard, and you have to spend a lot of time on your own. You have no customer service, you have no insurance to pay, and I wanted it to change. So I decided to give it a try, and right now I'm enjoying the CAM APS and YPSOMED loop.
You do quite a lot of sports. How well did the algorithm adapt to these situations?
It adapted very well. I do different kind of sports. I do dancing, I do road cycling, and sometimes bodyweight training or hiking or walking or what else. So you see a lot of different things for the algorithm to work. And before I start with sport, I'm using the ease of mode that increases my BG levels a little bit, so I won't go low during the workout. After that, I'm checking my glucose, if I need more insulin. Most of the time, I'm trusting the algorithm, and that works well. There was a situation which surprises me a lot. After 2 weeks, I went road cycling the first time. And I am used to have smaller problems with my do-it-yourself loop. So I was surprised how well the loop was working with CAM APS, because there was no high, there was no low, it was just a flat line.
So thank you, Beate, for your time, for visiting us, and for the great interview.
Thank you, Ramona, for having me.